It's Tuesday, it's 9 o'clock, and we are here. And I have a working laptop today, so hopefully you can hear me. And yeah, so we're going to get started in just a few minutes. How is everyone doing tonight? Are you excited about our topic? Make sure you say hello. Hey, Christine, you joined.
Hi there. I did. I just jumped.
She's sharing it to her Facebook wall.
I got to remember how to do
there
this.
You go.
Okay.
You're doing good. There.
Okay, here I am.
So how's everyone doing tonight? Did everybody have I had a long break for the holiday. Did anybody else have a long break? It was lovely. Although my son got up at 7 o'clock every single day, so there was no sleeping in here. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Anita. Hey, Dusty. Thanks for dropping off the chairs. Appreciate that. So is everybody ready for the holiday coming up? We put our tree up, and it's lovely. It's our second year. We've always had a real tree, but last year we were like, maybe I'm tired of cleaning up pine needles, so we got a artificial tree. So we put it up, and last year I was kind of like, oh, it's pretty, but I'm not sure I love it because I love real Christmas trees. Right. And then this year I put it up, and then you have to spend all this time fluffing and filling in all the holes. And I told my husband, I was like, I don't know which I would rather do, clean up pine needles or fluff this. So I'm convinced that I'm going to find a closet to shove it in this year so that I don't have to, just shove it. And he's like, yeah, no, that's not happening. I said, maybe it can become a permanent fixture in ReLive Studio.
You could just change out the ornaments as the holidays.
Be like a holiday tree year round. I think we're onto something. All right, guys. Well, let's get started with tonight's topic. Welcome to ReLive, where we talk about all the things. And tonight we're talking about a topic that is growing in popularity, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's really growing.
It is the buzz.
It is the buzz, along with so many other things that I think are the buzz right now. Yeah. I'm reading a book about the leaky gut syndrome. I'm reading a book about that right now, and I feel like that is a buzz also. So tonight we're going to talk about CBD oil, and keep in mind that neither one of us are physicians, neither one of us are medical providers. So if you think that what you learned tonight is something that you want to try, I would always encourage you, and I think Christine would encourage you as well, to just talk to your primary care provider first to make sure that they're on track and they think that is a good idea for you. So I met Christine through this adventure of mine. I met her through, we have a mutual friend, and I think it was just after a few shows, maybe I did a roll call looking for topics or whatever, and our mutual friend hooked us up.
Right.
So
shout out to Nikki.
Yeah, shout out to Nikki. So I think that's one of the things I love about this is all the people I get to meet and all the things I get to learn, because I don't know anything about CBD oil. So I'm super excited. I told her I'm a little nervous because I'm going to be listening so intently and holding on to every word she says, but then I'm going to be like, what did you say? What is the next question? So it's going to be a wild ride tonight. So let's get started. Christine is a lovely, loving mother and wife. She's a successful entrepreneur. She runs not one, but 2 businesses, guys. And she's always looking for a way to help people. For the past 25 years, Christine has successfully run her own commercial photography business. And she photographs everything from professional headshots, products for retail and packaging, and documents all types of events, and enjoys doing family portraits. She is a host of a new podcast called My Health on Hemp. She was introduced to hemp and all of its benefits and immediately recognized that this would allow her to pursue a lifelong dream of being able to help people. She is an international founding affiliate of Prime My Body, and Prime My Body is the fastest growing hemp oil company in the world. Christine prevents I said prevents when we were practicing earlier. Christine presents information about our body's ability to heal itself to groups such as pharmacy students at Purdue, chiropractic patients in West Lafayette, and private groups that want to learn more about the benefits of using CBD oil. So help me welcome Christine to the show tonight. I'm super excited.
Thank you so much
Yes.
for having me on tonight.
Thank you.
I appreciate this.
Thank you. I am super excited to learn about this topic. And as I was reading through your introduction, we talk about CBD oil and then we talk about hemp. So let's just start right there, because are they one and the same? Are they different?
Okay, well, cannabis
Mm-hmm.
is the plant that we're talking about.
Okay.
And there are two species to that plant, and one is hemp
Okay.
and one is marijuana. And so they're
Okay.
two different species, and we call them both cannabis.
Okay.
Okay, so when you hear someone speaking of cannabis, they could be either talking about marijuana
Mm-hmm.
or hemp. And hemp is grown legally throughout the United States because it's grown with 0.3% or less THC.
Okay.
And THC is the molecule that is psychoactive.
Okay.
So hemp is primarily grown with more concentration in CBD, which is cannabidiol, which is also found in marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
So both plants have CBD. Both plants have THC, but hemp is legal because it's grown with 0.3% or less of the THC.
Do they look the same?
Yes, they look the same.
So it's the same plant, but the THC is less.
Yes.
So how does that work? You just...
Well, they produce it.
Just
they
produce
graft
that
it.
way. I see. Okay.
They make it that way. Like,
Okay.
They can make, just as they're making medical marijuanas, they're adding more of different cannabidiols and THC and different levels. And there's many different plants that they can create. I don't know.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So cannabidiols is the CBD that
Correct.
we speak of.
Cannabidiol.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that leads us into really what should have been question number one. And that is, what is CBD and how did you get involved in the CBD market?
Okay, so CBD is cannabidiol, and there are over 113 plus different cannabidiols within the cannabis plant.
Wow.
So all of that interacts with our body in different ways.
Okay.
And the way that I got involved with this is through a high school friend of mine who we connected on Facebook when I saw her posting about, her new business in cannabidiol and CBD and all this stuff. And I was always very interested in it and wanted to learn more. And I found out that she was able to, she was misdiagnosed with Lyme's disease, and through the years had to kind of figure out, because she wasn't being helped by regular medicine, figure out how she can help herself naturally. And she did. And so there's, a story in itself right there.
Right.
About,
so she helped herself with the CBD oil.
Yes.
Through Prime Mind Body?
Yes.
Or was it a different? Okay. Yeah. All right. So you said there's 113 different
strains or cells or molecules with
molecules. Okay.
And so there's CBD, CBDA, CBDV, and all of that, including CBG, which you're probably going to hear more about now because they're researching that more. And what that is, it's considered like the stem cell of the cannabis plant. So when it's a very young hemp plant, it has a ton of CBG in it. And as it grows bigger, it breaks off to be CBD or THC or all of that. So that's why they're considering that the stem cell. And how that interacts in our body is pretty phenomenal. They're finding some great results with that CBG.
Okay. So let's go back to this 113 number for a minute. So does that mean I have 113 different options, or all of those options are in this
All of
oil?
them are within the oil.
Okay.
And included in that oil are terpenes. There are 7 different terpenes which create the aroma and the taste of the oil.
Okay.
And those are also have therapeutic benefits that interact with our body.
Okay. Okay. So I was a little concerned, guys, because I get overwhelmed easily, and I thought I was going to have to decide between 113 different options.
No.
So I'm going to get all of those options in
in one
dose.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Let's see. We have a couple. I love coming in to read the questions because
Yeah.
I'm like, hello. Hey, Rianne, I really want to learn about this. Well, thank you, Christina. We are going to learn a lot. And then Geraldine says, yes, she is. I'm not really sure
That's
what that
my
was
sister.
in. Oh, maybe the loving mother and wife. She's just agreeing with you. That's
Yeah,
nice. Did you pay her to say that?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Awesome.
Take note. Like that.
Awesome. Okay, so we got 113 different things,
Cannabidiols
in the cannabis plant. I'm learning.
Yes.
And CBG is the stem cell, is what they're starting to find out about that.
Correct.
Okay. So then let's talk about hemp versus marijuana. And I think we maybe touched on this briefly, that the hemp is grown with
less
0.3.
0.3 or less
Mm-hmm.
percent of
Okay.
THC.
Okay.
And THC is the molecule that is psychoactive. So
that's what people are smoking.
Yeah, it's higher concentrations of THC in
Okay.
marijuana.
That's
so really the healing part of it, and what I'm talking about tonight, is hemp. It's not about getting high. It's about healing.
Okay.
And the CBD and CBG in hemp oil, you can get it minus THC, or you can purchase it with 0.03% or less THC in it, which is also legal. You know, and you won't get high from that either.
Right. So if I'm worried about being drug tested, should I get the one with the minus the THC?
Zero THC for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Even though the one with the 0.03 is legal.
It's legal.
Still,
it's trace amounts. And I mean, you'd probably have to take a ton of it in order for it to show up. But if you want to be safe, you would go zero THC.
And then you still get the same benefits.
Yes. All of the same benefits. Because really THC, it is therapeutic. But the only thing that it really has above and beyond a CBD is that it stimulates your appetite. So like somebody that might be, going through chemotherapy that need to have an appetite, they will take that with THC.
I see. Okay. Okay. All right. So before we jump into the benefits, I would be curious to know if anybody has a success story with using CBD or CBG or hemp products. If you want to say me or hands up or something, I would just be interesting to see. And then also of those of you that have heard of it and are interested in maybe trying it or want to learn more about it, I would be interested to hear that as well. So before we get into the science behind CBD, I think it's a good segue to talk about maybe the benefits of why would I want to pursue using this?
Well, you know what? Actually, can we talk about?
We can talk about whatever you want.
It kind of will flow easier into saying what the benefits are. So, the history of it, just very brief history, is there was a scientist in Israel back in 1967 who decided he wanted to research what marijuana actually does to our body. And in that, he found that, he was able to separate the THC molecule from the CBD molecule. That was the first aha. And then they found that we actually have receptors in our brain that receive CBD and THC.
Okay.
Which was wow, why do we even have these receptors in our brain? And what they found then was, oh my goodness, we have these receptors all through our gut, which is basically our second brain. And so it goes through every single organ, and our entire body has these these little receptors. And then
for CBD.
Okay. And so then they were like, why the heck would we have this? And then they found that we actually create cannabinoids in our own body. These cannabinoids are released and they feed this system throughout our entire body. And they found that when that system is working and fed, that it creates a homeostasis within every other system, including our skeletal, muscular, our neurological, our every organ. It creates this calm and gets everything working properly when that system is activated.
Okay, so you're saying that our body has the cannabinoids, which is the CBD?
Yeah, they called it anandamide, and
Okay.
anandamide in Sanskrit means bliss.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Already, guys. Okay.
All right. So when they found that we are actually releasing these cannabinoids that feed this system, then that's when they discovered what this system is actually doing in our body. And that system is creating a homeostasis in every other system. So it's
making
basically
flow and work
the
together.
master regulator of our entire body.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the CBD oil comes into play.
Yeah. So when you get it from a plant, a phytocannabinoid, it activates that system.
Okay.
And not only does it activate the system, but it helps our body know how to create its own. So when you take it, it's not like breaking that system and not allowing you to make your own, like a lot of like pharmaceuticals might do.
Using
like
chapstick too much.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
But it actually activates the system.
Turns it on.
And over time, you'll just take less of the CBD supplement.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then your body's like doing what it's supposed to do. It's
so
so
I'm
cool.
Wondering, like, people talk about making smoothies a lot with spinach. Maybe I should make it with some hemp plant. Some CBD plant, right? Sure. I'm wondering, would that give you the same? You probably have to have a whole lot of it.
No, but let me tell you, there, like hemp seed does not contain CBD.
Okay.
All right. So the flower and the stems and that has the majority of CBD. So if you're taking hemp seed for like the protein of that, that's fine, but it's not the same as a CBD supplement.
Okay. That's good to know. That's very good to know. Okay. So back to your science and how it works in the body. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what is very cool, it's like regulating everything else. And they say, I mean, there's really now they're calling it the endocannabinoid deficiency because endo meaning inside your body, cannabinoid, you know, our endocannabinoid meaning what we're producing, we could be deficient in this. And when you're deficient, that is, they're saying, is when hard to treat diseases will occur.
Interesting.
So cool. And so it's like this plant in our bodies, like I feel like we just evolved together. And I think, you know, for centuries, they've been using cannabis for medicinal purposes. So, I mean, and so now that it's legal to study and research, you know, we're finding what all those benefits really are. And so,
wow.
I mean, okay, number one, it's going to help you get out of this fight or flight mode.
Okay.
And we are all in a fight or flight mode. I mean, we're stressed and chaotic lives.
Especially this time of year, right? It's like amplified this time of year.
Yeah, I honestly didn't realize that I have anxiety until I started taking this. And I'm like, really? My heart isn't supposed to be racing every time?
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so it's going to get us out of that.
Yeah, it helps your body relax and start, you know, operating in a state where you can think properly.
Okay.
And it helps you sleep.
I saw your sister had said that. It's helped her sleep soundly.
Yes.
She says.
Yeah, anyone that takes it, you know, you might not feel any benefits for a while, but it's always the first thing that you hear that someone says, God, I sleep so well now. So that's a plus, and that's when our bodies can repair.
Right.
So it's good to get a good night's sleep.
Absolutely. Can I give it to my son?
Yes, you can. You absolutely can.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a natural, you know, that's another thing we're going to talk about, I hope, is like how to get a safe, you know, what to look for in a safe
Yes.
CBD oil. But yes, children can take it.
Okay.
So it helps us with inflammation and with our hormone function and our metabolic rate. CBG is showing that it's repairing our brain cells on a neurological level. So this is like fascinating for people that study the brain, is that they never thought that, you know, our brain cells could regenerate. And they're finding that the CBG is actually helping our brain cells regenerate. So that's like so promising for all of these mental health issues that have been going on.
Like Alzheimer's and dementia and things of that nature?
Yeah.
Memory?
So, yes. Well, brain fog for sure. Like, well, that's what I noticed immediately after taking it was like, my brain was clear. And it's something that you don't realize that you have going on until it's gone. You're like, wait a minute, like I can do all these things that, you know, I normally do and then some and still have, you know.
How long would you say it takes? Like you said, you might not notice some benefits for a while.
Because everybody's different.
Sure.
And, you know, I truly believe in what they're saying is that the toxicity of our bodies, like, you know, it just, your system may not wake up as quickly as somebody else's. And it also has to do with your metabolic rate. So like for me, I felt it within 3 hours. I was like at my desk doing all this stuff that I was just putting off forever. And I'm like, wow, I just got through all of this. Like, I'd have
like,
to
give me
this.
some more of that.
Yes. And then you know, there are things when people first start taking it, they're like, well, you know, I don't have this pain in my arm anymore, but I don't really know if it was the CBD. And then you have to ask, like, what have you been doing other than this? And really it's nothing. So everybody's body is going to react differently with it. And some people may not find that it helps them. But as far as the timeline goes, like doctors have said, give it 90 days.
Okay.
And then you'll, you know, by that point, there will be significant changes. It's, you know, it may not happen overnight.
So let's talk about Prime My Body for a minute, because I want people to understand that are watching that Prime My Body is just not this gas station CBD oil. There's a medical board. There are a lot of fantastic people in this company that are doing research. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And I like that you say it's not a gas station CBD. And someone just told me today, my good friend said it would be like, you don't want to buy sushi from the gas station. You know, I mean, there's like too much that could go on with it. But it's good to know that hemp extracts heavy metals from the earth. And so it's going to suck up all the pesticides and heavy metals and all the junk that we don't want. And if those things aren't extracted when the oil is made, then you're just polluting your body with all of that. So it's very important to know where you're getting it from. And the label should say how much CBD there is per dose, not just per the bottle. And it's very important that it be made in like a pharmaceutical grade plant where their extraction process is, you know, solid, that they're not just, you know, grinding it up in the kitchen.
So how would
cooking it on the stove?
How would one know about that? Like, is Prime My Body
has
open with that? Like,
oh yeah, we have a separate lab. It's called the third-party testing. So every batch is sent to a separate lab that does all the testing for the pesticides and bacterias and E. coli, all that stuff. And then it also tests for the amount of CBD that's actually in the bottle, because you might have heard some reports saying that, like, they tested 20 bottles and 19 of them didn't even have the amount of CBD in it that it says that it has. So, yeah, third-party testing is always a good thing.
taking notes so I can look into all of this later. We got some comments. Let's take a minute and look at this. So, helped with inflammation in her ankles. That was your sister. Jeff says he knows a few ladies at work who swear by CBD lotions for joint and muscle pain.
Yeah.
Geraldine, your sister, also takes it before yoga. Hey, I have yoga in the morning. I'm super excited. That's a whole new topic that will be next in a couple of weeks. Is it Aura?
Yeah, that's Aura.
Within the first week, my sleep was dramatically improved with
Prime My Body.
Oh, okay. I was like, PMB. We haven't talked about that. And that was just the beginning. Oh, Aura. It sounds like you have some great testimonies. I'd love to hear more.
Yes, she does. And she'll be on my podcast.
Ooh.
So you can hear about,
I'm excited about that. I can't wait to hear about that. Okay. So this is how my show goes. We have these questions and then we just get on these other topics. So, okay, we talked about the science behind it and how it works in the body. Known benefits. I think that's where we were at. We were talking about inflammation. We talked about sleep, brain fog, pain, memory, hormonal function, okay,
gut health, like we were talking earlier, because all of that is, regulating your hormones throughout our reproductive organs. We have a ton of receptors there.
Oh, okay.
So that helps keep the in check.
So then I wonder, you seem to have a pretty good understanding with the way it works in the body. So we have all these receptors all over our body. So then you take the CBD oil and it just kind of like goes to where it needs to go in the body. Does it touch all of those receptors? Do you know anything about
turning those receptors on to do what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
So it's not like a regular drug where you take it and it masks something. It's literally helping your body just do what it's supposed to do.
It's healing your body, basically.
So it's really not the oil, it's your body. And that's why everybody reacts differently to it, because you might need it for inflammation, where I might need it for my blood sugar level. There are people that are using less and less insulin because the use of this is helping them regulate their blood sugar level. And which, by the way, because it's a supplement, I have to say that we can't say that it's going to cure, prevent, treat, diagnose any diseases. But there is a ton of research out there. I know you hear there's not enough research, but there really is. Other countries have been researching this for a long, long
decades.
time. Yeah. And so we're just cluing into this, and I'm so excited about it.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome. Anything to help people feel better, right?
Yeah.
And not mask things, like you said, like actually healing it.
Right. Because, eventually you can just wean yourself off of, you could stop taking it altogether. Nobody's going to be addicted to this, which, by the way, you can't OD on it. There's never been an overdose.
Okay.
You just can't take enough.
So let's talk about that for a minute then. How do you know how much you're supposed to take?
Okay. So in the beginning, you want to take the lowest dosage possible, because number one, if you're taking too much and it's not activating that system, you're just wasting the oil. But you want to go low because it's really detoxifying. And so you may get these detox effects happening. Like some people say they feel a little dizzy, or maybe their stomach hurts a little bit. And that just means take less. It's not, if it's pure oil and you're getting it's been tested and all that, it's really literally just your body detoxing. And so going very slow is highly recommended. And then when you get to a point where you're starting to, they'll have a dosage on there, what a daily dose would be, and work with that for a few days or a week or whatever, and see how that's going. And once you get your desired results, or something's, happening for you, then just stick with that.
Okay.
So like some people might take it in the morning because it helps them focus. And then some people might take it at night because it's like sleepy time. And
could I take it both?
Yeah.
In the morning
and you can
night?
take it like throughout the day. But some people I know that have taken it throughout the day, it's like, oh, it makes me too sleepy during the day. So they don't want to do that. So it's really literally up to your own body and how it's reacting to it.
Awesome. Okay. Cynthia, welcome. What inhibits the receptors? Cynthia wants to know.
Oh,
we have a question from the audience. Do you know Miss Cynthia? Cynthia, is it Bass or Bass?
Cynthia Bass. Well, that's a really great question, Cynthia.
I hope we didn't put you on the spot.
No, not at all. What inhibits that is our stress. Mm-hmm. So being stressed out really holds those receptors back from doing, what they're supposed to.
And we're talking about like before the introduction of CBD oil. Like that's why our receptors are
literally
shut down,
like during the day. I mean, like if you're just stressed out,
right?
Your body's shutting down. You're in this fight or flight mode.
Okay. So then we introduce the CBD oil and it helps kind of
relax and
this peace in your body.
Okay. And I have to say just environmental toxins.
Oh yeah.
That suppresses all of that. I mean, everything we're breathing and eating and is really suppressing that, which is why most of us are deficient. So our body isn't creating these, and our body will create the cannabinoids when we're in a meditative state or when we exercise. That's all being released. Mother's breast milk has a ton of cannabinoids in it, which helps the baby relax and get sleep and feeds their immune system.
Interesting.
Yeah. I can say I have not had a cold since I started taking this, and my house currently has, some things going around in there, but it's not only the motherly thing that you're not, getting sick, because I used to get sick and now I'm pretty good.
And how long have you been taking it?
A little over 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, a long time.
Yeah.
It's a long time to not have a cold.
Yeah. Feels good.
Interesting. Okay. So that catches us up on the questions there. Let's look here. What do you think are the biggest obstacles with this being in the industry or being in this industry?
Honestly, the obstacles, I think, are the regulation of it. And I believe that it needs to be regulated because there's just too many products out there that I think could be harmful for people.
Right.
And there's not enough education on it. And so I believe that government needs to be educated on it, and they need to start putting some regulations out there. So those to me are obstacles, because if you get a bad CBD oil or you're using a wrong product and then you get sick, and then it like creates this mayhem that people just don't understand exactly what is going on there. So it could be really good if they start regulating this.
Right. Okay. Well, hopefully, I mean, with marijuana becoming legal, and then you said it's now legal to study and research this. So maybe, I mean, it sounds like we're going in that direction.
Yeah, it's
but we'll
exciting.
See.
I call it the new health revolution.
Yes.
I mean, I think if people can start with a supplement that will help their body heal on its own and not have to introduce, pharmaceutical drugs and that might break something else in our body, and then we have to take something to counteract the
yes.
But if we could just start with something pure and work with that for a while, I think we'll all be better off.
Goes into the whole topic that I did a month ago about functional medicine versus conventional medicine. Like, have a holistic approach. Let's just not cover up.
Right.
Let's look at why it's happening and fix
right.
that.
And like, people are just becoming more aware of what they're putting in their bodies.
Yeah.
And more aware of the toxins that are like creating these
many toxins.
Yeah.
I think on that show I did, she told me that women on average are introduced to 250 chemicals before they leave their house in the morning for work.
Oh my God.
Think about all that I think about that all the time. And then my husband just told me this morning that there are, what's that called when it's not name brand? It's,
oh my God. Oh crap. Look at us.
Anyway,
somebody
like
tell us.
Makeup. It was makeup that was, what What did you call that makeup we were talking about this morning? Yes, thank you. Counterfeit.
Oh, counterfeit.
Counterfeit.
Okay.
Sorry. Hey, ReLive, anything goes here. So said that
Oh my
there
gosh, I
was
did see
counterfeit
that.
makeup that women like were putting on lipstick that had super glue in it.
Yeah, I think
So
that's on
many
Netflix.
crazy
There's
things.
a
Yes.
there's a program or
Yes,
something now.
that's where he's
Yeah.
watching it. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Okay, we got some more. This is like really exciting, and all these people are talking, and now I don't, and we're using her computer, and I don't know how to use it. Can we go up? There we
There you
go.
go.
Okay. I think maybe up one more just to make sure we got everyone. Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Aren't we cute? We look good on here together. So Amber says, same. I've taken CBD for 12 months and haven't had a virus of any kind.
Awesome.
That's awesome. I knew you'd be tuning in tonight, Amber. Okay. Two fingers.
Then, yeah, you can do that.
Okay. And your sister, the Detox helps promote gut health, makes your skin look better and healthier. So is that the detox from when you start taking the oil and your body starts detoxing? Do they recommend like doing any type of preparation, like to prep your body to start taking this? Or
Okay, well, I know of some like a master herbalist that I'll be interviewing for my podcast who she swears by you should detox first before you start taking it. So we'll hear from her. I don't know all the ins and outs of that, but I understand the concept because your endocannabinoid system is dormant and probably just muddied up with a bunch of toxins. So her whole thing is like use these herbal teas, use all this stuff, detox, and then take the oil. So yeah.
Well, I'll be tuning into that for sure.
Talk about for sure.
I can't wait to hear that. Okay, and then we have Deanna. What I like about taking CBD and CBG is that it wakes up the endocannabinoid system, so my body will start to produce it on its own
CBD.
And eventually, that's awesome. Generic. Yeah, that was one word I was looking for, Amber, right? I also like that Prime My Body is doing the right things for the right reasons. Generic, private label. You guys were trying to help me. I love that. I just got up and asked him. How do employers identify the difference between someone taking CBD versus marijuana? Oh, I think I can answer this from what I learned.
Okay. Cool.
No, go ahead. I think it's because of the CBD doesn't have enough THC, or maybe doesn't have the THC at all.
Right. CBD is not THC. So THC is if you're smoking marijuana, you don't have a ton of THC in your body. So they will do a blood test for the THC molecule. And so that's why you want to take a CBD oil that does not include THC. Right. So you're still getting the therapeutic benefits. You don't fail a drug test.
You don't fail a drug test and lose your job.
Right.
Because we don't want that.
And you know what? Some employers may not know the difference because people are still just learning about this.
Right.
And some employers might actually be testing your blood for cannabinoids because THC is, considered a cannabinoid. So you have to go back to them and say, hey, test it for THC because that's the part that's, the psychoactive. And so then that,
That's got to be tough though, I bet.
I'm sure. Yeah,
you have to if you have to educate your employer why they think you're high, basically.
Right. But I mean, you'll be legit, if you get the good oil. Yeah. One thing I didn't touch upon is there are like different types of CBD in that there's an isolate that pharmaceutical companies are working with right now, which that's legal, and they're actually prescribing this for people with epilepsy.
Oh, wow.
Because it's stopping their seizures.
So it's the CBD.
CBD isolate is what pharmaceutical companies are coming up with. But that's not as good as a broad spectrum or a full spectrum. And that's because, broad spectrum is all of the molecules that make up the
113 ones?
Yep. Plus the terpenes.
The 7?
The 7 terpenes, correct. And with all of that, that's called a broad spectrum.
Okay.
It's you get what's called an entourage effect. The entourage effect happens when you have all of these working together within your body. And I like to say it's like the benefits of, let's say, eating a full apple or peeling the apple. So you're getting more vitamins when you eat the full apple and you don't peel it, whereas if you were to peel the apple, you're not getting all of the vitamins and that nature has intended. So a broad spectrum has all of the terpenes, all of the CBD molecules minus the THC.
Okay.
And then there's full spectrum, which includes THC, which also gives you the entourage effect. So to be honest, like the pharmaceutical isolate is not as good as a full spectrum or a broad spectrum.
Now the full spectrum with the THC is still under the legal limit or under the
I mean, you can go to, like, there are states within the country that you can go and, you know, decide how much THC you want in your CBD. But that's not legal everywhere.
Okay. Awesome.
Did I just confuse everybody?
I'm with you. Let's see what else we have. Okay. That was a really good question, Cynthia. Thank you. Broken on Netflix. That's the series.
Oh, okay.
Crazy stuff, Amber. THC is this part of the regulation you're looking for. I don't understand what she's asking. Do a regulation on the THC?
No, I really don't care about the THC regulation.
She don't care?
They could regulate it. They could not. I'm talking about the healthy, you know, like staying healthy with CBD.
And
not about getting high.
Maybe regulating like the gas station.
Exactly. Regulating meaning knowing that you're getting a pure CBD oil that's not contaminated with everything that are, you know, that it's sucking up out of the earth.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Big Pharma is going to mess this up. Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. For testing.
Okay. I don't understand.
I think she means THC for testing. I don't know, Cynthia. Maybe type out your full question.
Let's hear it.
I don't know. Okay. While you do that, I'm going to look over because we have jumped all kinds of around. And what time is it? 9:42. Hey, we're doing good. Where's the little battery dude? He's not showing.
I think we're going to be all right.
We're going to be fine. Yeah. It's going to be fine. Okay. Let's talk about, I think we touched base with this a little bit, but if I am browsing the web and I'm like, I want to get some CBD oil, what all am I looking for? Obviously, you can get it from Prime My Body and I'd be set. But if I want to like look at all my options, like what do I want to make sure I'm seeing? That they have a third-party testing.
Correct.
That the bottle says this is how much CBD is in each dose.
Correct. Not
just in the whole bottle.
Yeah. And you do want hemp that's been grown in the United States.
Okay. Got to support the good US of A.
Also, there are delivery, like 99% of the hemp oil that's out there has to go through your digestive tract in order to be absorbed.
Okay.
Prime My Body has one that literally gets absorbed directly into your bloodstream. So it does not have to go through your digestive tract or your liver, all that. Okay. So what they do is they bring it down to nanometers, which is basically just a unit of measurement. And it's brought down that small by sonication. So this high frequency sound is creating these teeny tiny 12 to 18 nanometers. And they wrap it in a lipid. And then when you put it in under your tongue, it gets absorbed directly into your bloodstream. So every milligram of CBD that it says that you're getting per dose is exactly what you're getting, as opposed to it going through your digestive tract and you're only getting 10% of what they say is in that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's really a good thing to, then you take less of it.
Right.
So then it acts faster.
Does it say somewhere like on the bottle, on the website that it does that?
unless it's liposomal delivery, it won't say anything. So you just assume that it actually is. Oh.
We're getting all kinds of text. All kinds of things happening over here. So liposomal delivery is what you want?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't say that, then you assume it has to go through your
digestive tract. And then just know that whatever dose you're taking, you're getting 10% less. I mean, you're only getting 10% of that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you might not feel the effects.
Correct.
Much. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm learning so much. Did you bring a bottle? Can we see what it looks like?
I did.
Let's do that. Let's have show and tell.
Okay.
Show and tell.
Oh, and someone brought up like topical too. We have a topical. It's called Body Therapy. There are so many testimonials about that, including my own, which honestly, you know how, I don't know if you get,
okay if
oh yeah, you can open it.
I want to smell it.
I get foot cramps once in a while. And like, you're at that point where you can actually, if you point your toe any farther, you're done for. I was at that point, and that was sitting right next to me, and I took it and I just rubbed it all over my foot, and the entire sensation went away. Like as if nothing ever happened. Whereas normally I'd have to get up and like start walking around and just doing a dance.
So, Andrea, if you're watching, maybe I need this so that I can run the mini with you.
Oh.
When I run or even when I walk long distances, my feet completely fall asleep in like sharp shooting pains.
Oh my gosh.
I would be interested in getting some of this and trying it. Okay, so we've got the topical. What else do we have?
Okay, so then this is our signature Recept, which is
signature
our CBD, CBG.
Recept. Are you reading? That's right? It's coming across, right?
I think it is.
500 mg plus CBD.
Plus CBG.
CBG. Citrus mint. Sonicated nanotechnology.
And so it comes in a cool little dropper. And you can read on the back here, there's like no fillers, no additives. Oh, and then it comes with this scanner, like the code you can
QRC,
scan.
yeah.
And that will show you the batch and all of the third-party testing that it'll tell you how much is in it of everything. And so it comes in a dropper, and then you can do like 1 full milliliter. And I would suggest you start with 0.25 milliliters.
I'm going to take this, you guys. Citrus mint.
It
looks like milk.
Such a small little part there. Yeah. So, and what we call this is...
show you without...
No.
There.
Yeah, it's kind of white.
See it? Okay. Put it under my tongue. I'm kind of nervous.
Such a small amount. Don't be nervous.
I'm kind of nervous.
It's going to just like kind of dissolve in your mouth.
So just put it in my mouth like I'm taking a big drink of ice cream.
Medicine. You're just doing medicine.
It's very minty, citrusy. Okay, I just did that. We'll see.
You're gonna love it.
It's like opened up my.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm like
alive.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Somebody asked if this is free of THC.
That has THC in it, but the legal limit.
The legal limit.
Yeah, and I mean, really, you'd have to slather it up to actually get it to show up.
Are you wanting to give it to your athletes? Let's see. What else do we have on here? When you test an employee for drug use, do you want to regulate what they have to identify the difference between hemp and pot?
Well, I would say when they randomly test you or whatever, you just say, hey, I'm taking this, so I hope you're testing for THC, because this will come up. Is
this one THC free?
Yes, that's THC free. Yeah.
After I already took it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, if you're dealing with your employer and you're taking a THC free.
It says right there, THC free. I saw it. I don't know if you guys can see it or not.
And our company actually has our CEO on a video on YouTube saying this has been tested over and over again. And every batch will show you that it's 0 THC in it.
Right.
So you can like go and say, this is the batch, this is what I took, and here's, so if that person is showing up with THC in their blood, then they're probably smoking pot.
Yeah, just because you're taking this.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Man, that is really, I can't even describe the flavor. Not that it's bad. It was just powerful.
Yeah, it is.
Opened me up. Okay. What else do we have to talk about? What do you guys want to know? Where is all of this going? Why are you involved in this revolution? Let's talk about those. Where's it going?
Where's it going? I'm excited about where it's going because of the legality that now they can actually start researching this in the US. And that's exciting to me because I feel like our doctors have an advantage and they're good, man. They'll figure this out. So
they will figure it out.
Yeah. So where it's going is, who knows? I mean, right now, if we're at sonicated liposomal delivery,
that's a big word.
Oh my gosh. So the Prime My Body chief medical advisor is doing all this testing with the CBG with brain scans, and they're noticing within 24 hours brain repair that's happening with, like, he had 40-year-old ex-NFL player with severe brain damage. I mean, the beginning scans looked like pre-dementia.
Oh my.
Honestly. And then 24 hours later, these scans were showing green, like as if it was repairing. It's incredible.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And he runs the largest integrative medical clinic in the US.
And where is
he's
that?
the guy that formulated this in Houston, at the Houston Lifestyle Medical Center.
So those scans, 24 hours, how much CBG did he take?
One dosage, like, throughout the day. So like every 4 or 6 hours, 24 hours worth of dosing. Yes.
Wow. You guys, this is something. Of course, do your own research, contact your whoever, your doctor.
I mean, honestly, don't just start taking, if you're doing a lot of medications, I would definitely say you need to talk to your doctor about it, or go to the pharmacist and see if they know of any drug interactions. But you can also go to a website which is called drugs.com, and you can put in cannabidiol or CBG and whatever drug it is you're taking, and it should show up and tell you, like, what that interaction is. That, I think, would be your best bet, and talk to your doctor. I mean, now that I have been doing this for 2 years, and in the beginning, I got to tell you, there have been so many people that thought I was talking about marijuana, thought that I was like all about just getting high or something. And it was kind of tough. But now that it's being talked about and people are becoming educated, and there are like people coming back to me saying, my doctor just told me I should find a good CBD oil and start there. And I'm like, wow, that's great.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they are, I mean, not every doctor is open to it, but you might find one that is. I also had these, I was going to like show you guys so you can write them down if you want.
She's going to show you these, and I can put them in the comments later too.
So these are the websites that you want to go to. PubMed.gov has all of the research that's being done in the US and throughout on anything. So go ahead there and just plug in cannabidiol and whatever you need to know about. And then projectcbd.org is really awesome. I get a lot of information from that. They're constantly testing and researching. Healer.com is where you can become a certified cannabis educator. And then drugs.com is where you want to find the interactions with other drugs.
I'll just type them in right now.
Okay, that would be great.
Is there anything else you want to tell them? Projectcbd.org.
Yeah.
Healer. Thanks you guys for watching. This has been really amazing. Healer.com.
Oh, and my sister is reminding me
drugs.
that our Dr. Ron, who's the formulator and our chief medical advisor, he will be speaking in Chicago at the mental health, what is it called? She's just reminding me of this. Hold on.
Right there.
The Integrative Medicine for Mental Health Conference.
When is
So
that?
he'll be
This
speaking.
spring. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. That'll be exciting. Are you going? Do you already have your tickets?
Well, I don't know if I can go. I don't know if you have to be part of the medical field to do this. I want to go. There's another doctor in Lafayette that I'm working with, and we're doing a lot together here. But
are they going?
And he's a psychotherapist. I don't know if you guys all know him, but Dr. Will Miller. Are you familiar with him? He's an icon in Lafayette.
Is he? Okay.
Anyway, so hopefully, maybe if he can get a ticket there, because he's all about the mental health.
You can go with
and
him.
all that, and I can be his guest. Yeah,
for sure. Dr. Will Miller, take her.
Take me.
Take her. Okay, let's see if we have anything else. So, can you tell them how they can find your podcast?
Yes, this is something I'm so excited about. I don't have any of these episodes up just yet, but they're all in the works. I want to get a few recorded before I start putting them out there.
Sure.
But you can go to myhealthonhemp.com, myhealthonhemp.com, and that's where you can find the podcast. I would love it if you would give me your email address, and then I could let you know when the new
I think I did that right.
episodes are coming out.
myhealthonhemp.com.
Yep.
Look at that.
Ta-da.
So that's really exciting. So when do you project your first one will be out?
I would say mid-January.
After the holidays.
After the holidays, when everybody's done with their holiday craze and want to just relax and listen to something.
Okay. Do you want to leave us with a testimonial? Do you have can you think of one? I know I put you on the spot, but
let me think of
a good one or
well, I could tell you my personal one.
Absolutely.
I'm honestly I'm very blessed. I feel like I have good health, so I'm taking it as just a preventative because it is an anti-inflammatory. So I just want to keep my body healthy that way. And lo and behold, the inflammation on my ankle from an injury from 8th grade that had progressively gotten worse and just more and more swollen over the years. And I actually felt like I would never be able to wear high heels again because it just looked so imbalanced.
Right.
Completely went away. Like my ankles are the same size now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And how long after taking this did you notice that?
It was about 6 months.
Wow.
I was in a bar class and looking down at my ankles and I'm like, oh my God,
they're the same size. They're the same size.
So that's my very own testimonial. I don't think that I'll be interviewing myself on the podcast. It just seems not as cool as so many that I'm finding.
Right. But there are so many, and you guys can tune in and I don't know, can they subscribe to your podcast?
Yes. So if you give me your email address, if you go to the site right now, it'll ask you for your email address, and then I will send you how to subscribe once I get them all posted, because I don't think you can do that until you get them uploaded. And then there's really a feed going on that you can subscribe to. Right now it's just kind of in the works.
I think maybe I need to look into this for my show.
Yeah, for sure. I'll help you with that.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Okay, is there any last stuff you want to leave them with? Where can they find if they want to get some CBD from you?
Well, there is a link on my, somebody said they lost the audio.
Well, I hope it's just you. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? I hope that, oh, look.
What?
It's tells you.
Oh, it is.
Oh, look, I'm not even, what did I type?
Oh, she can. Somebody can.
Okay, good. Okay.
Oh my gosh. All right,
Um,
thank you, Deanna. All right. So you can go to myhealthonhemp.com and there'll be a link there on ordering, or you can just go to directly
Let's
to my
put it in
Prime My
there.
Body, which is it's my story
My story.
dot primemybody.com.
primemybody.com.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's where they can find if you want some
Quality
CBD
CBD
oil.
And I just want to say, I actually just want to leave you with this. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Really, honestly, this has been, when I was little, I really would say, I just want to help people. Like I just never knew how I would be able to help people.
Right.
And I started a career in something completely different,
mm-hmm.
but always was health conscious.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I really, if I could just reach one person
Mm-hmm.
in any step that I take, being on this live or a podcast that really resonates with someone, or doing a presentation in a house or in a auditorium.
Absolutely.
If one person could benefit from
Absolutely.
it, I just feel like that was it. I won. So
yay.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. And
yeah.
Shout out to Nikki. I want to say thanks, Nikki, for introducing us to each other.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for coming on and like educating me and everyone else. I think there was a lot of great information shared tonight, and hopefully you guys learned something. And thank you guys so much for continuing to watch every week, and come back next Tuesday. Who knows what next Tuesday is going to be?
Yeah, you guys should check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.